I won't forget to put in my speaker. Today, please begin in seated position. Coming in, we tend to come in with habit into our seated pose. Take a moment to check in with it. Make sure that you are switching your legs from time to time. Maybe bring the other leg in first at the end of practice, so we circle back. This is the yoga pose that existed for a long time, for many, many centuries before the other more modern shapes were brought into the practice. So in the yoga pose is mentioned in the Yoga Sutras. This is the one that we're talking about. And the sutras say for it to be steady and comfortable. So please give yourself any support and variation that you need so that you can promote some peaceful breathing, some quietness in your mind. So start by arranging your body. Can be nice to start with the ground and work your way up in this and all of the poses to feel where you touch the earth. Make sure nothing is too uncomfortable, any bony areas given cushion if needed. Then sitting with a tall and relaxed spine. Feeling the lumbar curve, that low back curve, long there, drawing that area in and up. Trace it with your awareness. Feel the rib cage and shoulders resting on the rib cage. Moving your hands if needed so the shoulders are relaxed. Your proportions. Let awareness travel down your arms to your hands and let them settle. Let them add a grounding quality with palms down. The touch of your own hands. The touch into the earth. These are stabilizing. Back to the shoulders, shoulder blades together and down the back. The curve of the neck. Tracing that with your awareness and this amazing heavy head floating on top. Balance just so that there's ease of energy, of breath. 5 times. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Take your own time with that. Notice the quality even after just 2 cycles where you feel the effects of breathing deeply. On your brain, your energy, your nervous system. Maybe the 4th one, taking the time for one more as you're ready. Inhaling. A little bit at a time is helpful. Gradually float up to a full sensation, nothing forced. Slowly turn it around and give it some time to go out. No controlling the exhale, finishing with the tone in your belly. Then pick up your hands, and as you bask in that nice breathing, do a little hand and wrist movement in preparation. Pressing down into the legs, start to reach up with the arms, the ribs, the shoulders. What can you reach up? Your spine, your face. Breathe in again with a big reach in your body, grounded, long-waisted. Then bring your hands together and relax them down. Ribs coming down, shoulders coming down too, into the center of the chest. Bringing the hands right in, lifting that skin a little bit, maybe an inch. The middle of the chest, lifting along the sternum. Feel it settle your shoulder blades. Soft eyes. breathing. Do your best to keep coming back to this place inside. Let's come into Purvottanasana variation. We call this one heart lifting pose usually. Legs out, toes point. Hands, fingers forward, bring them back beside you and then behind you a bit so that you can lean back and lift your chest. Feeling free to spin the angle of the hands differently. Taking your head back with a long spine and a downward gaze. Imagine lifting your hips off the ground. 3 more breaths. So there's a little downward pressing in the hands, an activation and lengthening in the front body. 4, one more time. And release. A moment to feel the energy of that shape. Going the other way, Malasana. Bring your feet in close. Hold on to your shins as you work them in closely. You can stay elevated in your pelvis. So start here, sit tall. Stay at any point. If you'd like to come through, widen your knees. Come slowly forward. So I don't usually feel much in my low back, but in this pose, I definitely feel the low back stretching. So I imagine that if your low back is tight, that coming here would take a lot of care to find some stretching there. I know we're taking lots of time with this. You can add the reach through if you like. And then the gathering the arm bones back and the hands together. Stay where you can breathe well, where it feels positive in your body. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take time coming out just like we did coming in. Go slowly. Release back into Sukhasana for the seated twist. Float your arms to the sides. Breathe in. Breathe out. Turn your spine tall. Come down. Refine. Breathe. Balancing effort and ease. Causing no harm. Practice taking care of the world by taking care of yourself. Tone in your low belly before releasing. So that supports this movement. This is core strength, bringing yourself into this pose. Other side, check in. We meet each side of the body where it is. For 1. Parsvadrishti, gazing side and back. One more time. Breathe deeply. Come back to center with an inhale, arms out, exhale. Please come up to your feet to find side bending. Take your time practicing standing without using your hands or using less of your hands if you would like. And I just made myself do it with my less strong leg. Make sure you mix it up. Mountain, arrive. Find your breath here. We don't always just stop and stand and breathe. Sometimes the dogs just stare at me like, what are you doing? 4, where can you bring ease? Gently activating, firming your legs, pressing your feet, toning your belly. Crossover side bend. With your right foot, step it over your left or stand with your feet close. Find a way to make this shape work for your body. Arms up, shoulders not too far. Touch your wrist. Side bend. Go slowly. This uses your core strength as well. Finding stability in this pose by toning in your low belly. 4, have you found your range of motion gently? Where if you reach that edge of good sensation, just so you're not holding back. Inhale, strengthen your low back, coming up slowly. Exhale, release your arms. Breathe freely, stepping out. Bring in the tone in the belly on the exhale, then cross, refine, reach, and side bend. The poses become a dance of movement with breathing, grace, and ease. That's how you know you're working in a good place with it, is that you feel that you could be easeful and graceful. Range of motion, one more time. Little stretch in the low back, and then mindful there as you come up as it's strengthening. And then bring down the arms, uncross. The arms swing freely. Step a little bit easy and wide in your feet and allow for this side to side swinging. So there's some spinal twisting. Go slowly and mindfully. You're releasing mid-back tension here, along with just letting the shoulders relax. A little slow twisting side to side. This is across many traditions of the world and movements. Coming over to the right side and adding a shoulder stretch. Bring your palm back, catching your arm. Nothing forced. Breathe out one more time. Coming back to center. Imprint mountain. Swing the other way, palm back. Use your other arm to create a shoulder stretch. So back of the shoulder, upper back stretching here. Feet planted. A little turn in the upper back as well. One more time. Spread your feet. Breathe out. Make your way back to center. Front and back swings. Breath of joy. Inhale. Inhale sides. Inhale up. Exhale when you're ready. Fold forward. You can move your feet back to parallel if you like. Dangle. 1. Spread feet. Give your body a chance to release into the forward fold. 1 more time. Halfway lift pose. Bring your hands up to your shins, arms and spine straight. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fold towards your legs. Breathe in, standing. Remember to use the strength of the legs to stand. They can be bent or straight. And exhale. Again, half sun salutation with breath of joy. Inhale front, more side, even more up. Exhale when you're ready. Slowly come into the dangle for a few cycles of breath. Chin tucks, neck is long. Wherever your hands reach. Next time you inhale, come to your half lifting pose. Exhale, fold towards your legs. Stand up, breathe in. Exhale, release. One more time. Next, inhale to the half lift shape, flattening that upper back zone. One more fold towards the legs. And a standing up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, coming down. Stepping forward on your mat. Sun gratitude, full version, classical style. Cross the thumbs, fingers wide. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, go back. So belly forward, pelvis forward, lift your ribs. Come into the forward fold slowly and release your breath. With your right leg, step back to Anjaneyasana, and I'll go ahead and leave the script by letting us come and stay here for 5 cycles of breath. Take your time if you need to set up a cushion or anything. There's plenty to arrange here. It is strengthening just to be in the low lunge, balancing. And we can start to guide the knee forward and counting the 5 breaths. You can do the upreach if you like, Anjaneyasana, the crescent lunge low. Grounding the feet, lengthening the spine, the gaze is down and centered, and release. Bringing your leg back, you can use your hands down if you like. Bring your hands down, hug your elbows in, and dip towards the ground with your chin. Straighten your arms to an up dog from the knees. Go back to a puppy, tuck your toes, lengthen your spine. 1, calm energy, forward fold, increasing your reserves of calm energy. Exhale again. Come up for Anjaneyasana's pose on the other side, so you can challenge your balance by avoiding your hands as you step forward into the shape. You can guide the knee forward. This moves the spine into an extension. Add the arms if you'd like to bring them up for 1. Unifying the opposites. Where are you grounded? Where are you reaching? Bring it all together. 1 more breath. Come to your forward fold. Give yourself time to work there. Fold towards your legs as you breathe out. Breathe in, stand, cross the thumbs, up. Exhale back, belly and rib cage forward, gaze down, and release back to center. Other side, inhale up. Exhale a little standing back bend. Doesn't have to be far. Inhale up again. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back this time with your left foot for Anjaneyasana. On the other side. We could do the woven fingers, thumbs wide on the chest as the gesture of unshakable courage. Meditation in motion. Feel free to drop in, embracing these themes in your heart. Press your leg to release the lunge, release your hands, come back. Dip down into chaturanga from the knees. Bring your pelvis forward, lift your ribs. Just the right amount, nothing forced. Going back, puppy pose. It's an active child's pose, soul stretch. Lifted armpits, downward head, long spine. Reach your spine away from your hands, your tail. Inhale, rise. Breathe freely on Anjaneyasana, second side. Holding the rib cage in the front, thumbs wide. Both feet grounding. One more time. Make your way to the standing forward fold. Breathing out once you are there. The process of standing, mindful, up, exhale back, inhale up, and release. Coming to the fingertips, then stepping back with your left leg to the high lunge, the crescent. Take the big step first, pivot to the ball of the foot, add the knee bend on the front leg. Lower your knee towards the floor and release. 2, 3, the gesture promotes concentration and memory. 4, 5, kicking it out, come forward, open mouth, exhale. Ground your hands and your feet. Other side, fingertips, step, refine, pulse. Poses and practices that gently increase the vital energy. 5. Transition to straightening the front leg. Give it a kick. Ground your hands and your feet. Breathe out. Bow and arrow standing twist. Step so that you have plenty of room for your arms, and standing so that you can turn to look towards the back of your mat on the right side. So adjusting the stance. Right hand holds the bow, left hand the string of the bow. So we're going to create a bunch of tension in the upper body. Stand tall and turn. Aiming the arrow of awareness at yourself, creating tension. Just in the upper body though. The lower body is grounded. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out, let your hands release, that idea of letting go. And aiming, letting it fly. Release back to center. And allow that stance that allows you to look back behind you. Tall spine, take up your bow. Pull back on that string, push forward with the bow. One more time, the symbolism, letting that arrow of awareness fly, breathing out, let everything soften, and come back to center. Deep bend of the knees. Nice to take a moment and feel the energy into Uttanasana. Bend and come down into your chair. Holding the sides of the pelvis to focus on that lowness today. From that groundedness, you can lengthen your spine. Squat plus back bend here. One more time. Not much of a back bend, more of an extension. Breathe out, low as you can go. Then press your feet and straighten, coming up. Warrior C, right leg back. Keep your hands on your pelvis to focus on trying to stay level there and to feel your center strength. Using your glutes to help lift the back leg. It's okay to have the toes on the floor or to reset as needed. You can return to the fingertip gesture or send your hands forward. Another pose that can be seen as the flying arrow. 3, 4, 5. Come slowly out if you can. Sometimes we need to be more quick on the release and release. Work so that you have sensation to process at the end of the pose. The other side. concentration, determination, body awareness. Use your glutes to lift the leg back. Hands to the pelvis just to help you try to stay level in the pelvis for the most part, level-ish. And then hands could return to the fingertips or the arrow reach. For 1, 2, press your foot into the ground. 3, 4, 5. Come on out. Process. Pause. And bend your knees and come to the right side of your mat, please. Starting with the turn out 45 degrees towards the corners of your mat so that you are challenging your balance, but not overly so that you feel like you're falling backwards. Bend your right knee out towards your toes and hold. 2. You can pulse a little bit, coming up and down. 4, 5, hold it steady. 6, 7, 8. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side, line it up. The joints all go in the same direction. Add a little bit of pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it steady for 3 more. Gently challenge yourself. Don't hold back. Don't force. Exhale. Coming up. The glute squeeze to return to the top. Down the center line. If you need to change the distance between your feet, you may. So we don't want the knees to collapse inwardly. That is the main direction in this pose. So you might just turn your legs in a little more to avoid that happening. Right down the center line. Traditional arms in the shape are elbows up, palms up, fingers dance. Gaze and breath steady. Down the nose gaze. One more time. Press your feet to straighten your legs and release your arms. Towards the front of the mat, warrior B. So turning out your left leg from your hip, knee, tracks over the ankle, add the reaching arms. Palms facing up to soften the shape. Gaze off your hand. Your open hands can symbolize a space. Allow that space to be filled with light, with love, with something positive. Changing to the other side, you can rest your arms, or with practice, you learn to hold your arms for longer. Warrior B, head turn, feeling the emptiness meditation. One more time. Coming back to center. Close your hands into fists just to keep whatever you put into that space, and then bring them together, seal, and then let them go before you come out. Inhale, up reach. Exhale, down reach. Half lifting pose. Exhale, go back plank pose. For 1. Make it meaningful. Use your whole body. Feel your strength. 5. Downward dog. Pike up in the hips, press the hands to bring yourself into that A-frame, and then walk in your feet so that you can bring your heels towards the ground. Working with your proportions here. Shoulders route towards the heart. Head is down. The gaze is Nabhi Drishti in this pose, meaning it's the navel. Big tuck of the chin to gaze as high up between your legs as you can see. One more deep breath. Hover your knees into bear. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring your knees down, release your toes. Balasana, going back. Let your arms come beside you. One more time. Breathe in that shape. Tiger pose. Hands and knees. We start with the hands. Starfish fingers, whatever helps you fan them out. And really, you need to really learn to use the cleverness of your hands. Bring your fingertips down into the floor a bit. Then relax, let your fingertips lift a little bit. And just finding neutral. Wrists could be ahead of the shoulders if needed. Belly strong, so there's not too much weight in the arms. Okay, tiger pose. Reach your right leg back. Don't throw it up in the air, just reach it straight back. Lift your face and chest forward a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, bring your elbows towards your navel and your knee and your chin. So we curl everything into the middle. 4 more times. Straighten your arms, a little cow spine, leg reaches back, controlled. Exhale, pull into the center. Push, extend. One more cycle of tiger pose. Release. Other side. Give the hands a reset, letting that blood flow come in. Tone in your tummy, breathe out. Core strength, inhale, reach your leg back. Don't overly arch your low back. Exhale, pull and curl into the center, strongly dynamic. 2, 3, controlled and smooth. 4, last 1. Neutral. Soul stretch, lion's pose. So sit towards your heels, come off your hands, bring them to your legs, breathe in. Big giant open mouth exhale. Let's come to look at side plank from the knees today as well. So over to your right, knee, hand on the ground. Bring your foot behind and open up into side plank pose. If possible, lift your top leg. Mostly we just do one set of things. So go ahead and work as hard as you can. One more breath. No need to conserve energy for more than one round today. Other side, hand, knee, foot, all in alignment. Add the other foot, side plank pose. Maybe lift the top leg. Strengthens the adductors in the hip. 3, 4, 5. Reverse out of that, making your way to your belly. So one way we can work on chaturanga is lowering all the way to the ground, hugging the elbows in, reaching your chest down, and not having to haul yourself back up, but just learning to come down. Locust pose, Shalabhasana. Zip up the legs, reach long with the legs, long with the spine, big toes touching. Lift your chest with a long spine, tone your belly. Close your eyes a moment. Pelvic floor, low belly toning. Reach your arms back, lift your legs together. 1, 2, we will do 2 sets. 3, 4, strengthening the back, lengthening the front. And 5, come down, head to one side, shoulders drape, heels relax. Just letting go for a few resting breaths. Coming back to center, Shalabhasana 2. Big toes together, legs active, belly active. Reach, optional to interlace your fingers behind your back. 1, not overdoing. Switch the weave of your fingers. Halfway through, 3, 4. Psoas line lengthening, 1 more breath. Come down slowly, let everything dissolve. Turn your head the other way. One more breath. Returning to center for downward facing triple diamond pose, which is an energy yoga pose. So on the front of your body, the first diamond is the elbows, the second, the hands, the forehead resting in between, and then the third one is the knees wide and the feet together. So my feet stay up in the air, but you could have your feet lower towards the ground in that diamond shape. So let your hips do what they do. Downward facing triple diamond pose. Only the effort needed. Rearrange it if it's not comfortable. This is a pose that allows us to release our grief, to be present with that sensation, to honor it by giving it some time, for tears to fall if they wish. If anything's not comfortable, feel free to shift it so that it is. Just stay with the energy in the mind. Breathe gently. Slow breathing. A little while longer. 5 breaths. Let that feel complete. Making your way out of the shape, releasing the feet. Doing some downward facing windshield wipers with the legs, going side to side. flowing through to a child's pose and then to seated. So you could just go right to child's pose or work through your up dog and down dog poses. Coming to sit and into the seated tree Janu Sirsasana pose. Strap could be deployed for the foot to catch. Breathing in with a tall spine. Forward folding out over your leg. Remembering to let your knee bend if you need to refine the other folded knee, all causing no harm. Calm energy, forward fold, head down. One more time. Range of motion, softening into that shape. Some slowness with coming up, so it's controlled. And changing to the other side. Get to know the shapes. Check in where it is today. Exploration, curiosity, these are words we use in the physical body practice here of just finding the sensation inside of yourself. Nothing is harmed. Head down. One more time. Breathe out. Coming up slowly. Release. Preparing to come to the back of your body with an optional strap or something similar. Like I've got an exercise band that could work. You could even just like a scarf or something, or lie back. Supta Pada will do this sequence for the hips. Feeling free to elevate your head with some cushioning here if you like, to help your neck stay long. So that flow of energy. Just pause for a moment in constructive rest, knees bent, feet on the ground, spine centered. Okay. Do the left leg first, just to spread the love around. Supta Padangusthasana, reclining big toe pose. Holding on to your leg, you could use your hands, strap, or a big toe catch. Bring the leg towards your body, right out of the socket. So it's towards your shoulder, it's towards the left side of your chest. The other leg can straighten out if you would like. This is the meditation. 3. We'll do 8 to 10 breaths in each shape. 4. Be here now. Breathe out. To the side. Leg back up into the air. Give the strap more length. Over to the side. The other leg could be bent or straight. Once it's over, you can start to bring it up more towards your shoulder, towards your head, along the floor. Okay. B. Hold firmly. Turn your head the other way. The bandhas are engaged here, the low belly, pelvic floor. drawing in and up into the body. 7, 8, head back to center. Inhale with determination. Come out of that pose. Half happy baby, bend your bottom leg. Guide your knee out by your side and down towards the floor. The strap can be used to extend your reach, or you can leave it for this one and the next one. This pose, we tend to pull up our chins as a collective human group. So long neck, elevated head if needed. Loving awareness into your body, practicing compassion. Last one, figure 4 pose, piriformis stretch, cross, refine. This side of your body, where is that sensation? Positive. Take away any excess effort. Meditation on finding this expression in your body, breathing into it, steadying in the mind. Five more cycles of breath. I have that sense of resisting the pose a little bit so that I don't go too far with it. Just what are you noticing? Let yourself notice. Non-judgmental awareness. Come on out, have a free response to that shape. Maybe some upward facing windshield wipers, or just stretch out your legs. Ease in, all fine. Second side, centered. Resettle the pelvis, shoulder blades, fall. Use your strap if you like for Supta Pada. Give it a little nickname, reclining foot. This side of your body, lengthening the back of the leg. Calm energy of forward folding. The other leg can extend. Letting my eyes stay pretty quiet, just letting in a little light to minimize distraction. Working with yourself to minimize your distractions. 2 more breaths on this shape. And complete exhale. Ease the leg away and out to the side. This side, go slowly. It's all connected. Turn your head the other way. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, bandhas, head to center. Inhale, lifting your leg out of the shape. Ardha Ananda Balasana, half blissful child's pose. Guiding your leg into the shape. Other knee is bent, foot on the floor. After a few breaths, you might be able to refine, let go of some effort. Check in on the long neck. Two more. That sense of feeling complete ticks off a couple boxes in the brain. Happy brain. Figure 4, second side. Hello, how are you today? Meeting your hip joint, your knee, your low back, all with awareness and compassion. Come in for a sustainable hold here. So you can bring your legs slightly closer. I use my toes on the floor on this side just to come in slightly, but not to lift my foot all the way up. For example, customizing your body, decide where it's sustainable today. Nine, slowly breathing out. And 10, Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha, grounding you in your belly center, supports you as you release. Windshield wipers, mindfully and slowly. That was a lot of hip work, that sequence. I would just give it a little time. Find center, arms down by your sides, finishing with some upside down legs. Walk your feet in close as you can to your body. Breathe out, tone your belly. Breathe in, lift your toes off the floor. Start with one foot at a time, then add the other one so there's no strain or force. Legs up into the air. Reach, point your toes. Pull back on your toes. Ankle pumps with energetic reaching legs. One more each way. Curl, squeeze, point. Pull back, stretch and spread your toes. And then relax your feet, big toes touch, calm. Bend your knees towards your chest. Catch your shins, rock side to side slowly. Using the core to bring the legs back to the ground, arms down. Bring your knees away from your chest as you lower your toes towards the floor as close to your body as possible. Listening to your low back, using the strength of your tummy. Maybe one set of toes finishes by going down first and then the others so that no harm is caused. Stretching out your legs, give yourself a moment just to feel the releasing of that energy of all that movement and work in the legs and the joints there, coming into your resting pose. If you'd like to start with feet together, knees apart, you can slip your hands behind your skull as well, creating the upward facing triple diamond. The emotion here is frustration, which is an anger as well, whatever resonates. So some exhales out the mouth with some sound, it could happen. Some letting go energy on those exhales. One more time, if you're doing that energy work practice, and then just let it all go. Sometimes after we release our emotions, we are exhausted by that. So let ourselves come into a rest. Give yourself anything that helps you be comfortable here. Relax your muscles. Notice the sensations of your body. Where have you done work today? Where do you feel energy increased? Hands, hips. Where do you feel illuminated along the central channel? Heart, where grief and love resides. Sometimes tears roll towards your ears in this pose. It's okay. Sometimes we have to stop in order to really feel what's in our hearts. We can let gratitude combine with grief. Let it gradually become quiet, soft. Come gradually back to your seated pose with your other leg folded in first. Hands finding the heart center in some way, any gesture that is calling you. Aum. Svasti prajabhyaha paripalayantam nyayena margena mahimahishaha go brahmanebhyaha shubhamastu nityam loka samasta Sukino Bhavantu. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings everywhere find freedom and peace. Thank you. Thank you, lovely humans, for joining me. There's hope in this time together, in this practice. Peace, light, keeping that inner light going. Thank you for the inspiration.